Why do people think that our experiments with fusion energy are going to go the way of Doc Ock in Spider-Man 2? Probably because of Spider-Man 2. Have you seen Spider-Man 2? That was a good movie. Don't come at me. But in all seriousness, in media, we have this unfortunate narrative where scientific progress is always this dangerous thing pushed by madmen outside of all morals or control. And here's the thing. Most scientists are not like that. I mean, they're weird. Don't get me wrong. Most academics are just weird. In fact, I think most people are just weird. But, it's just not feasible to do mad science. Getting scientific funding is hard enough as it is. Getting scientific funding to do anything on the scale of the experiment that Doc Ock was doing it's nearly maddening. Most universities would never give you that funding. Most of the time, you could never get a government grant for that much funding. Even then, it's not going to be one mad scientist like Doc Ock was. It would be a whole team, including people whose entire job was to make sure that the experiment is safe, so that it doesn't reflect poorly on the people who did give him funding. And even then, that would only be done after numerous smaller experiments were done involving each of the tiny steps. A realistic Doc Ock wouldn't just try to put the power of the sun in his hands. He would start by having a microscopic amount of the power of the sun in his pinky. Something that's small enough that if it goes wrong, not a lot of bad shit happens. And then you slowly ramp up. If you know it's safe and controlled at small levels of energy, then you slowly do experiments with slightly more energy, such that you could always cut it back to the amount that you know is safe. So yeah, people are used to the idea of mad science. But mad science just doesn't really happen in real life. In fact, the maddest science that we have was probably early psychology, where psychologists just kinda tortured things and saw what happened. And that was all signed off on by universities. But that had no potential to explode and wipe out a city block. It was just gonna ruin one kid's life for the rest of his life. Just give him everlasting trauma. We might be bad people. We might be bad people.